Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for the invitation. In this opportunity, I speak about engineering and science. The researcher Argentine Barsavsky and the knowledge mobilization. The relationship between engineering and science is a complex and multidimensional, says Asdrubal Valencia Giraldo, 2022. While science is an important component of engineering, engineering goes beyond simply applying scientific principles. Engineers must take into account a wide range of technical, empirical, and social knowledge to address the challenges they face in their profession. The difference between engineering and science is determined by the approach taken to address problems and the way scientific knowledge is used to create products and solutions. Engineering is a practical discipline that deals with finding solutions to real problems, while science is a theoretical discipline that seeks to discover new knowledge. Engineers also have to apply scientific methodology to evaluate the results of their design. Some difference between engineering and science. First, science is a theoretical discipline that seeks to discover new knowledge, while engineering is a practical discipline that seeks to find solutions to real problems. Second, scientific use scientific methodology to do experiments and collect data to support their theory, while engineers use scientific knowledge to design and build products. And third, scientific work to understand the fundamental principles of nature, while engineering uses scientific principles to design and build efficient and safe products. Engineers must understand the importance of technical and empirical knowledge in their profession. Engineering is not only based on scientific disciplines, but is also associated with other professions and areas of knowledge. Engineers often face problems that are closely related to social, economic, and legal aspects, in addition to purely scientific aspects. Science is defined as a systematic attempt to produce true propositions about the world. The rational, systematic, and verifiable knowledge is characterized by its ability to provide causal explanation and understand how and why things happen in a certain way. It is commonly divided into formal science, such as logic and mathematics, and factual science, including the natural science and humanities. The natural sciences, in turn, are divided into the study of inorganic, physics, and organic biology in nature. The idea of science is historical and cultural relative with different meanings and concepts depending on the cultural and temporal context. For example, four different meanings of science can be distinguished from technical knowledge to ordered systems of propositions derived from principles. Engineering disciplines have been organized into areas with a logical structure similar to that of scientific theory. Well, I tell you about the Argentine scientific called Barsavsky. Barsavsky, the Argentine scientific in his work, Science, Politics, and Scientists, speak out again as a historical and timeless science proposed articulating external history with internal history. Science for Barsavsky is revolutionary, and he believes that there to be social change, there must first be a scientific and then political revolution. Barsavsky bets on a different science. He posited that this may be Possibly if resources allocated to scientific research are reallocated, he believes that these different sciences must be autonomous, politicized. He believes that the scientific is as scientists adapted to the capital system. He calls them technologies since they produce goods but not things capable of making social change. He also says that the scientific renounces the social meaning of his task and feeling responsible for it. Example of the atomic bomb. He writes a different with regard to scientists since they say that scientific progress is characterized by freedom of research, pure or basic science. On the other hand, Barsky suggests that the topic studied are actually chosen by the consumist system. For Barsky, this market is what produces positive feedback since the interests of the research include economic interests. Barsky believes that the state can limit the power of science if it begins to finance it through its public universities and idea has lost power in the hands of private company. Now the important thing is financial capital, large companies that benefit from consumerism spend capital on their public universities and by their foundation, thus ensuring that part of the research carried out there are now response to their ideals. He proposed that there are four attitudes regarding science: the scientific, fossil, conservative, reformist, scientist, totalitarian, and rebels. He states that the true alternatives between the scientists and the rebels. Well, the concept of knowledge mobilization. The term knowledge mobilization refers to the process of transforming scientific knowledge, usually general thought university research, into accessible, relevant, and useful knowledge to satisfy the demand of society or increase its well-being. Proposed by the Social Science and Humanities Research Council in Canada, this term seeks to allow the flow of research knowledge within the academic world and towards the community at large. The mobilization of knowledge implies to a close relationship between research and practice, whether direct or mediated. It is a multidimensional and long-term process with political implications that differs from other terms that suggest a unidirectional and linear movement from research to practice. Different interpretations of the terms can be identified, but in general it implies the action of transferring the available knowledge, often coming from formal research, towards active use in various sectors or organizations, in order to improve results and share that knowledge among producers and users thereof. The process involved in knowledge mobilization includes synthesis, dissemination, and exchange, facilitating conversation and collaboration between stakeholders, as well as evaluation and monitoring of initiatives and activities. Possibilities and alternatives to mobilized knowledge produced at the university towards the community exist. For example, the creation of a web system to support citizens in the mobilization of science, An idea to link scientific knowledge that is produced with citizens could take shapes in the creation of digital platform universities. The initiative will serve to link and interrelate university research with citizens. The platform could foster interrelation and communication not only between scientists from the university itself or from other universities, but also with the community. This is important. In this digital research platform, the products and process of university research could be assessed so that citizens can provide thought forms that are studied feedback to the researchers themselves. The Argentine university could learn how scientific knowledge influences a specific community, what citizen feedback is, and how this feedback serves to generate better and more research. This is the end. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much.